Bobby Boone Willms. Oh, I hope I can move up to that one now. Waterville belies its name. There is no water, there is no lake, no pond, no place to row a boat. These obstacles were not a deterrent to my daughter, however, and her natural athletic ability. She decided to go ahead and go for it and go to the the Western Washington University Viking rowing or crew team. With fierce determination, she accepted the challenge of a rigorous training session. It was cold and it was dark, and those girls were up at dark 30 and on that lake by 5 a.m. Now there is dedication. Well, her efforts and her hard work all paid off, because in January she was, as a total novice, chosen for the 8-man varsity boat. That was quite an accomplishment and sort of unheard of for a first-year greenhorn. When she showed me her schedule, I was quite dismayed because it was all over the map. Vancouver, Bellingham, California, and I'm looking at that, and with great reluctance and discouragement, I tell Rebecca, I don't think I'm going to be able to go. Well, of course, I had to go to the first one. That was in Tacoma, and daughter Rachel and I took off at 5:30 a.m. to get there in time for the first race. Once there, we were immediately caught up in the excitement, especially since they won. And it was just so exciting to meet the families, the team, the coaches. They were wonderful people. You know what? I was hooked. I had to be at those meets. I'm a true blue, loyal sports mom, and I had to be there. Go, go, go! Even though they couldn't hear me. You sure? That spring was very busy and very exciting. We traveled every weekend to one of the meets, and I made every one except California when I needed to attend my niece's wedding. Then, the Western Vikings were defending national champions. At the end of their first part of their season, they were going to be once again defending their championship title. This year it would be in New Jersey. I had a big decision to make. Go. It would be very expensive. Not go. I would regret it forever. Guess what? I had to go. No getting around it. I just had to. My mom, Barbara, my sister Lynn, my daughter Rachel, and I all went to New Jersey for the championship. Now you might be wondering about absent dad. He loves his daughters, but Mr. Norm is the homebody. It's hard to get the boy off the farm. So we went and had a great time. The first race was Friday morning, and it's about a 2,000 meter race, and it lasts about 6+ minutes. 6 to 7. You hope it's closer to 6. My sister Lynn, who didn't know the drill, had never been to any race before, so when the race was over, almost before it got started, She is stunned. What? I came 3,000 miles for this? Calm down. Well, it was great that they won because then they didn't have to go into the second round. So the girls had all day Saturday to rest, and we had a lot of fun sightseeing. Sunday was the big day. We were fraught with nervous anticipation. It was really exciting, but wow. How were the girls going to do in their race? And unlike the usual meets, this one had the great big giant, huge TV screen. And you could watch the beginning and the end. Because usually, it happened so fast, you had to be at the end. You didn't have time to go to the beginning. So we planted ourselves at the finish line. The announcer gave a blow-by-blow. Since Dad wasn't there, and the announcer was speaking quite loudly, I held up my cell phone so that he could hear what was going on. It worked really well until the end when everyone was screaming. At one point he finally said, what? Could I stand back? Are you kidding? What do you think I'm doing here? So I just continued to hold up the phone, and he could hear all the screaming. Pretty much that was it. I'm standing on the very edge of that dock. Everything but getting into the water. Now I know the MO. They start out with their sprint, and then they go into a rhythm like a horse race. I know this. Then I'm watching, and they're in second place out of 4 boats. They hold a steady second the whole time. Pretty soon, my anxiety and my frustration and my nervousness took over. And I'm screaming, what are you guys doing? Go, come on, what are you doing? And they methodically, patiently waited until they needed to make their move. Fortunately, they held their ground better than I did. So, at the last 200, they make their famous move. And in one count, they go from 32 strokes a minute to 40, gaining a seat length with each stroke. And I'm still nervous because they're still really close. And I'm watching, and I tell you, if I could have jumped off of that dock and jumped in that water and pushed that boat, I would have. So here they go. At the last few seconds, they're doing a grueling 45 strokes per minute. Rebecca's arms were still trembling a half an hour after the race. We looked. They won! I'm yelling into the phone, Norm, they won! They won! He told me later that he had tears in his eyes, and I knew that he regretted greatly that he wasn't there. Standing at that finish line was absolutely phenomenal. It was so exhilarating, and I can't describe how wonderful I felt. And I knew that I had made the right decision. God had truly blessed us, and I was so thankful that we had all come and were able to watch the race. Western had the largest number of supporters. And that's what I liked about the rowing, because it was wonderful to bond with such a great group of people. The parents were practically at every meet. The girls the team were all so supportive of each other. And best of all, the coaches were inspirational and encouraging. They didn't cuss, scream angrily, put the girls down. They were great, and that's why they had a winning team. as I said, I'm just very thankful that we could be there, and it was a bittersweet moment at the end because we had all bonded during the season, and we were thrilled at the victory, but yet at the same time, deeply saddened that it all came to an end.